Welcome back, everybody, to the Southern Gateway Chorus live stream. My name is Zach Coleman. We've got a really special episode today. I'm so excited about it. Before we go anywhere, let me give a big shout out to ICRC TV. They recorded a vast majority of our shows and are allowing us to use that footage with absolutely no compensation. Go check them out if you can, ICRC TV. They do so much good stuff. Thank you so much to them. Now, you might have noticed that I'm dressed a little interesting today, and I think it only be a fair tribute, based on who my co-host is this week, the legend himself. You've seen him on the stream multiple times. This man's basically been my barbershop grandfather for God knows how long. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Larry Finley.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Here we are, boys. Yes, sir. A little bit of levity here, right here. Yes, sir. Three little words. Oh, what I'd give for this wonderful phrase. To hear those three little words. That's all I'd live for the rest of my days. Yes, sir, those three little words are hello, hello, hello. Oh, what a wonderful word. Hello. Oh, hello, hello, hello. You can hear it wherever you go. Why, a stranger in a strange town finds it nearer. But when you're on Zac Coleman's program, oh, it's nearer. Well, hello, hello, hello. Oh, what a wonderful word. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello, Zach. How you doing?
I'm doing just great, Larry. How you doing, man?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking me.
Oh, you already won the stream. I just want you to know, no one has ever done that before, as you know. I know you watch. So congratulations on winning the stream in your first minute of being on. So for those of you at home, there's kind of a joke with Larry that goes around Gateway at rehearsals, at everything that we do. Larry will get up in front of the chorus, say something. He'll say, "Well, guys, let me tell you how I got into barbershop," and everyone goes, "Ah!" But you know, I think the time has come. Larry, tell us how you got into barbershop.
Huh? What?
Tell us how you got into barbershop.
Okay, well, I got into barbershop because I was in the Air Force and I had a lot of time on my hands. But anyway, I was in the Air Force in 1950 when I went in. And in 51, I was sent to Amarillo, Texas. And I was singing in a church choir and doing some solo work in the church, special services in the Air Force. And a gentleman came up to me and he said, "I'd like to have you audition to be the bass in our quartet. We're looking for people who can, a quartet who can sing in USO shows and around." And I auditioned. I became a part of the Squadronaires. That was in 1951. And that was a great quartet. And that was the beginning of my journey.
I love it. And in 1951, I was...
No, you weren't.
Anyway. Well, Larry, let's go on ahead and just jump into the program real quick. First of all, before we go too far, I think let's not even get into this first segment yet. We need to just show something real quick that I think is very important. Larry has played a number of roles for Gateway over the years, and we picked out a real quick one because I think it's just something that we can all kind of relate to.
We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Now that's what it's all about.
So that was Larry as Benjamin Franklin.
Yes, of course. That was one of my favorite roles. You know, I want to tell you something. When you play a role on the stage, and as many times as we played it, and by the way, at one time we used to have 7 shows, you know.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah. Anyway, I think I lived the part. when I find it, when I really feel comfortable on the stage, it's when I feel like I'm Ben Franklin.
Right.
And by the way, that was my own hair.
Yeah.
Yes. And at that time it was dark and it was long. And but anyway, and I just want to show you something. This is what I had to do after 2 years because I lost my hair. I had to go to order in New York. I had to order a Ben Franklin.
You got the Ben Franklin wig.
Yes, that was it.
I love that you still have it too. That's great.
All your S's look like F's here. Anyway, that was. How's my hair? Is it okay?
It looks great. How's mine? Are we okay on
Okay.
both ends? Okay, good. Well, let's go on ahead and get into this first one. So, going along with the whole Ben Franklin thing, Larry has played that role for a long time, including in a quartet who did the bit for a while. I'll let him tell you about it later, but here is Back in '76.
Sit back, relax, we'll take you back to 1776. Oh, what a time back in '76. Things really weren't so bad, not too bad. Here's Ben Franklin reaching new heights, setting his sights, flying his kites. I get a thrill when I see Bunker Hill. Oh, what a time we had. George and Paul were quite a pair. Thomas Jefferson, I declare. Gee, it was great back in '76. Back in '76. Back in '76, boy, were we in a fix. So said Paul Revere. The signals were clear. He rode far and near. The British are here. Oh my, oh dear. Go get your gun, for there's work to be done. So said General George. Now, soldier, don't run. We'll have lots of fun. We're off to Valley Forge. Oh, what a time back in '76. Things really weren't so not too bad. Early to bed, early to rise. Made old Ben healthy, wealthy, and wise. I get a thrill when I see Bunker Hill. Oh, what a time we had. The British tried to get our coats. We gave them their coats and put them back on the boat. Gee, it was great back in '76. Back in '70, we got our kicks back in '76. Those were the days we loved.
And that was Back in '76. Now, Larry, just so you're aware, I think we can all tell that we've played a lot of more recent videos. We played a lot of old videos. I think that is the oldest video that we've played on this stream so far.
That would be '76 or maybe a little bit later. We performed that bit longer than just in '76.
Sure, 1776, right?
It was the bandwagon at
Okay.
group of one men, and Bob Moorhead was the tenor, and well, he's been an icon as a tenor in quartets. In fact, he's the tenor with Hearsay,
The current senior champs, yeah.
and then Brian Barford. And by the way, Moorhead was Paul Revere,
Okay.
and then Brian Barford was George Washington. He's the baritone, and of course Brian is an icon in barbershopping. And Ed Berry was I call him the lyric lead. He was a wonderful lead. But he was Thomas Jefferson, and of course I was Ben Franklin. And that was a wonderful skit that we had, and we even performed it in international, by the way.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was one that when that video was brought to me, it was like 30 minutes long or so. Like it was a set. And yeah, some people in the stream might know my dad is the one who cuts them out, Paul Coleman. He's the one who cuts all this stuff out, and he goes, "What do you want?" And I was like, "As much of it as possible. I don't know, like give it. It's great." But we'll see more of that later. So, Larry, you've been around now for at least 30 years, right?
Yes.
So tell
I
me.
came in 58, and so that's how long I've been here.
Okay.
But I've been in barbershopping. You'll find out about this during the program for
Sure.
60 years.
But tell us a little bit about the life of Larry. What you've been through a lot in your lifetime. Tell us about that. I'm sure we're all.
Most,
I'm curious at least.
yeah, but mostly positive stuff, by the
Oh,
way. But
sure.
I've been blessed with long life, and I don't know. It contributed to, or I suppose it was my upbringing, my mother's food, probably her cooking, and she had a pleasant disposition. That's why I have such a pleasant disposition. The music was in our family from the beginning when I was growing up, and we would sing at the drop of a hat around the piano or whatever. And and I was brought up in a healthy, rural, the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, and the air was wonderful there. And so I think that had something to do with it, you know. And my I also worked for my uncle Reuben on his farm. I think that strenuous work gave me the hands that I have, and the condition I'm in.
Sure.
And and my connections with the church, service to that end, made a difference. And then my development as a singer from early on, leading to the soloing and the acting and the role playing,
Sure.
came about because of being involved with musical production. And just thinking of things that have made my life in the competitive sports, especially baseball
Hmm.
and play golf. I love it. I and I think the most lucky decision I had made in life, one of anyway, was going into the Air Force and the opportunities that it gave me, and including being a teacher. Right, I was a technical instructor in the Air Force, and I went to Millersville State Teachers College and became a teacher, and I did that for 30 years, and then of course the entire 69 years, uninterrupted by the way, experience as a barbershopper, that has had a lot to do with my life.
Sure.
And the last but not least are the women in my life, and the three families that have graced my life
Hmm.
on almost a daily basis. It's made me who I am today. So that's a little bit of a background.
Sure. Sure. And you've gotten a lot of opportunities from all that stuff. I mean, you sing, and specifically with, I mean, even just with Gateway, you've been soloist, you've been actor, you've been uh, a lot of things with us, leader, teacher, all those kinds of things. And you've just with a voice like yours, it almost like it's one of those things. Here's how I explain it. I absolutely love you. You're one of my best friends in the entire world. But when I hear you talk, I hate you because I want to do that and I can't. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that's good.
But that's no, that's you. I feel like out of the entire chorus, the history that you bring, even in of yourself, not even with Gateway, is a huge part of it. We've even got people in here. Richard Gonzalez, you remember Gonzo, even says in the chat, Larry's funny, talented, and all-around great brother. Feel honored to sing on the Risers with him. And I think that's a sentiment that we all share, just so you're aware of that.
Appreciate that.
All right, well, let's move into our next spot here. We have a clip real quick. Now, it may be a little bit out of season, but I don't care because it's great and I want to play it. So this is back from our last holiday show that we had, good Lord, in 2019. Well, the last one that wasn't virtual, of course. Go back and watch that. And this was Larry reading, I believe the official title, I don't know what the official title is. It's either I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day or Peace on Earth. Whichever one it is, here it is. Enjoy the radio voice of Larry Finley.
I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And I thought how, as the day had come, the belfries of all Christendom had rolled along, the unbroken song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Till ringing, singing on its way, the world revolved from night to day. A voice, a chime, a chant sublime of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then from each accursed mouth, the cannon thundered in the south, and with the sound, the carols drowned of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Well, it was like as if an earthquake rent the hearthstones of a continent and made forlorn the households born of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Well, and in despair, I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, and the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men.
So that is that is proof of one of the things. I think it was Jeff who said this. Correct me if I'm wrong, Larry, but that you are one of the only people that we know who can just get up and talk a little bit and receive thunderous applause for it.
Oh, thank you.
What is up with that?
I don't know. I think it's the voice.
Yeah.
I think, well, here's the deal about performing in a role, even narratives. I'm living the part. I'm not just saying the words. I'm feeling the words. And, like when I played the riverboat captain, the Mark Twain thing, I actually felt I was, a kind of a Mark Twain.
Sure.
So that to me, part of the answer to how to perform on the stage, it's to become that person, whoever you are going to be. By the way, I want to thank Ron Riegler for seeing that in me early on, and selecting me as to do some of those parts early on.
Yeah, it's good to have somebody in your corner that early to be able to kind of like cultivate that, if you will. So, Larry, you did some radio work as well, right?
I did with WMKV for years.
Very much love that. So, just for people who didn't get a chance to hear that, can we get a little taste? Let's say we're on WSGC right now, right? Let's just say that. Can you give us a little taste of what Radio Larry is like?
I'll do that. Hello to everyone. This is Larry Finley, broadcasting from my home in the beautiful uptown Delhi. We're located in Cincinnati, Ohio, the Western Corridor. And I'm here with Zac Coleman, guesting on his fabulous relative new program, promoting a musical hobby that both of us have given over to a good portion of our lives for many years, and in my case, 69. Well, here is my short ode to that accomplishment. To all who care to listen, let me tell you from my heart. I joined the Harmony Society in 1951. It was the beginning of the start. How about that, Gary? Not bad, huh? It took place in Amarillo, Texas, while serving my country in blue Air Force garb, and continues to this day, 69 years from the start.
Bravo. Let me behind the scenes this for everybody real quick. I asked Larry yesterday, hey man, do you think you could read something because you have that voice and we want to hear it? And he said, well, I'll see what I can do. And just has it because he's Larry Finley and can just do that.
Yes.
So bravo to that. So real quick, oh, good Lord, so much chat. Real quick, I don't know if you know this about me, but I've actually been considering lately getting into doing some like voiceover type things. I feel like, my voice is the thing I'm most proud of. Why not take advantage of it, right? So for maybe just me, but for anybody else who might be watching, who might be like, man, I really wish I could, do more with my voice. What would be like your one like big piece of advice for somebody who really wants to just capture whatever their voice can give them? What do you think?
Huh?
I said, what do you?
Forget I'm 88 years old. No,
Oh,
no. Uh, I think that there is an important thing about phraseology. Okay, when you say a sentence, it's important not to drop the end of the phrase. It's the idea is to pick it up, and at the end of the phrase you have your dynamics going out, and you think about that. A lot of people when they're talking kind of like down at the end of the line of the
Sure.
sentence. I'm thinking about projecting my voice.
Hmm.
I think the key word is projection. And, I think that's why, for example, in a lot of shows that I've been in, I might have tried out for a certain part in musicals, and I end up being the mayor in the shows. I mean, 4 or 5 of them. And I think it's because of the voice. And that, of course, that's God-given, innate that I have, and I thank God for it. So anyway, that's what I think about projecting yourself.
I like that, and we do have a message in here from our good buddy Joe Hunter, who says Larry could read the phone book and it would come out heartfelt.
Thank you, Joe. By the
Maybe
way,
we'll-
Joe in our chorus.
Oh yeah, great addition. Maybe we'll have you read the phone book next time you co-host with me. That'll be great, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, let's go on.
Christmas, like for my kids, I read the Christmas book, the night before Christmas and all through the house. Not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. You see the inflection that you put to your voice? That's the key, inflection and projection.
So I'm going to need everybody who's watching, leave a like on this video if you want us to just have Larry start recording all of the classic tales and putting those on the Gateway site to either maybe sell. All right, Larry, let's move on to this next video here. So we could not do an episode with Larry Finley without having a Larry Finley solo on it. And we thought, what better than to show off that fantastic bass range than Old Man River.
However, I was soon to find out that riverboating wasn't all glory. For some dumb reason or other, I hadn't happened to reflect upon the fact that somebody had to get out of a warm bed to run them. Yeah, I want to tell you something. Running them was mighty hard work. This is especially true if you've ever witnessed the inhumane treatment that those transient roustabouts received from their dock bosses. Now, for these hard-working, unappreciated souls, glory was rarely found while working on the river. I'll tell you all about it, yes.
Here we all work on the Mississippi. Here we all work while the rich won't lay. Get no rest from the dawn till sunset. Get no rest till the judgment day. Until you're dead, and let me go away from the Mississippi, let me go away from the Richmond Hall. Show me that stream of the river Jordan, that's the old stream that I long to cross.
That old man river, he must know something, but he don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling, he keeps on rolling along. Well, he don't plant taters, and he don't plant cotton, and them that plants 'em is soon forgotten. forgotten, but Old Man River, he just keeps rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, body all aching and racked with pain. Float that barge, yeah! You lift that pail, yes, sir. You get a little drunk and you land in jail. Well, I get weary and sick of trying. I'm tired of living and scared of dying. But Old Man River, he just keeps rolling along. Rolling along.
And that was Old Man River. Now, Larry, I have a very important question I need to ask you now. Was that a real mustache or was that fake?
No, that was not.
Ah.
No, I get out of whatever, And the eyebrows, the same thing. And those were fastened with the gum.
Yeah, spirit gum.
Pulled them off, I don't know how many times, and I lost eyebrows. They don't come back. They don't come back, But
They don't?
Well, but anyway, that was a role. There's an example why I was living that part, singing it,
Oh, sure.
and it's great to see Jim Miller in the background there, and how important that is. When the chorus singing behind you, it's like an orchestra. And when I did My Way, for example, thanks to Jeff suggesting that I sing that, and our director, Jeff Records. And so, the chorus is very important in a production like that.
Oh, sure, absolutely. I also have a little bit of an interesting spirit gum mustache story. When I was younger, I played with a children's theater the role of Mayor Shin, but they had exactly enough boys to play all of the roles, which meant for Rock Island, the first piece we were on the train, right? I had to be in there too, but I couldn't be Mayor Shin. So the way they did that was they put a mustache on me. Well, the problem is they have like remover for that stuff, so you can just kind of drip it down and it'll come off just fine. But I had to do a quick change right after that to get back on stage as Mayor Shin. So basically it was walk off and move on. So I feel your pain, not with the eyebrows, mind you, but
You want to say about that? That's show business.
that is exactly that. So Larry, in your history with Gateway, you have done a lot of things, especially a lot of things on stage. You've had a number of solos. You've played a number of roles. Let's start with your solos. Just what are some of the ones that always stick in your mind? Some of your favorites.
Earhart.
Oh yeah.
I sang that. When I sang that, I was singing to my wife, and I was living that part. And with the experience that I had with my wife, that was an important song for me to sing at that time. And then I loved singing the part of Summertime, and that was a good song for me. Old Man River. Some enchanted evening, you may see a stranger. Love that song. Lucky Old Sun. By the way, all of those songs principally were arranged by Don Gray. He knows my voice, and he did a good job of that. And
Great
for
arranger.
the Christmas CD, I did Rise Up, Shepherd and Follow.
Mm-hmm.
Was collecting that. And my final, I mentioned before, my final opportunity to sing a solo. Thanks again to Jeff for suggesting this as a good solo for me. I sang Frank Sinatra's My Way during his 100-year anniversary.
That's a lot, man. And I gotta say, when I first joined the chorus, I was 10 years old, and I was pretty oblivious to most things. But there was always just that oh, this is Larry's solo, and I'd be like, okay, Larry is a soloist. That's that's what he plays in the chorus. He's the guy who does the solos.
Mhm.
Because you had at the time it was Rise Up Shepherd. I think we did another one that wasn't a holiday one. I don't remember what it was off the top of my head, but it was just like, nope, it's a Larry thing because he does solos.
Christmas. No, I didn't sing that.
Well, it sounds like it's time for someone to arrange that, honestly.
Crosby thing, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
You could give Bing a run for his money. Well, especially now, but I mean. So Larry, tell me about some of the roles that you've played also, because you're not just the singer, you're the actor. You like you've been saying this whole time, you don't just say the words, you don't just sing the words, you live the part.
I don't know. I got that from going back into Alberta, Pennsylvania, putting on musicals there, a small town.
Sure.
And it was one of the big things we did. And, I was an actor there in shows. And I was at Millersville State Teachers College. I played Ezra in a Broadway musical, Playing in Fancy, which was about the Amish people and whatever. And I had a good voice for that because I was a Pennsylvania Dutchman, So that was good for me. I played the old riverboat captain, Mark Twain, Riverboat days, why a more glorious time in all of American history cannot be brought to my mind. See the inflection there? Yeah. Anyway, I did play
just go into it. Good Lord.
Man, Buckskin Jackson. And I could never remember my name, the last word. Somebody in the chorus would always yell out Jackson. And I was in that great outfit that somebody put on me for Old Man Buckskin Jackson. And one of my favorite parts was the preacher man. And I think that was in a show, Camp Meeting Here Tonight. And there's some stories that go behind that one too. My wife put together 2 telephone books, big books, and that became my Bible for that part. And we put a little bit of powder in the book, and I would touch the book, and the powder would come out, and that did not set very well with certain people. So we had. Then I played, of course, Ben Franklin in the '76 show, and also in the Bandwagon Quartet.
Mm-hmm.
I played Irving Berlin in a show. I'm trying to remember, Gary. I don't remember the name of the show, but whatever. And I was also the Compass narrator in the Robin Hood show.
That's right.
Every Robin Hood show, I played the narrator. And
I think that's just you, though. You just play the ultimate narrator, right? If you're gonna give somebody, hey, we need somebody to just come out and talk. It's like, well, yeah, it's Larry. Obviously, it's Larry.
Well, I played on the set with my wife in a show that we called Dear, Do You Know What Day It Is?
Yep.
And I had forgotten the anniversary, and the whole set was on the stage, and it was as though I was with a boy singing barbershopping, and she was mad. And it was a great show. It was, I'm trying to think of Ernie anyway, that was a great show. So those are some of the parts that I've played.
I love it, man. And that's, I mean, I certainly don't have that resume right now. That'd be cool. Which would you say was your favorite?
I'm 28 years old.
I know, but
I have a lot of time.
I feel old, man.
Oh, no.
Which of those, if you had to pick one to go back and do again, which one would you want to do?
Probably Ben Franklin.
Oh, sure. I mean, you've got the wig.
No, I just my wife made all those costumes, by the way, in that quartet.
Oh, wow.
All Revere and every one of them. And of course, I didn't have any stomach at all, so she made the belly and all that. It was the most wonderful bit, I can tell you. But that's what
man. Well, speaking of that bit, let's go ahead and get to our last video here. We are going to transition back into that old clip down there. We've got one more song from that set. This is Newsstand.
Whoa.
Extra, extra, read all about it. 2 men swindled.
2 men swindled? Let me see that. Here you go, pal. I don't see anything in here about 2 men swindled.
Extra, extra, 3 men swindled.
The newsstand, the newsstand. What better way to start a brand new day? While you're waiting for your carpool, your bus, or a train, read the morning paper and improve your brain. Come to the newsstand, where ordinary people start the day. Get familiar with the headlines, the sports, and all the weather. And you read on the financial page, you've never had it better. At the newsstand, your morning newsstand in your town, USA.
Hey, look at this headline.
What is it?
President Washington sends Franklin abroad.
All right, let's really like it.
Back for it. The local town was up in arms today about a hole in the wall of a local nudist colony. Local authorities are looking into it.
Lord Baltimore announced today that Bishop Sokola has been elected to the College of Cardinals and may be Pope someday.
Pope Sokola? On this day, in the year 1867, Alexander Graham Bell made the first crank call. Newsstand, what better way to start a brand new day? Right here it says that Millard Fillmore fell asleep while smoking a cigar in his waterbed and poached himself to death. While you're waiting for your carpool, your bus, or a train, read a morning paper and improve your brain.
District Attorney Alexander Hamilton announced this morning that making love is now a misdemeanor.
Oh?
The more you miss, the meaner you get.
The newsstand, where ordinary people start the day.
And the basic farm news. Farmer Ferd Finkel of Fernwood, Ohio, using a fertilizer of his own concoction, has been able to grow a 5-pound prune.
A 5-pound prune?
That's right. The fruit was delicious, but he got a hernia spitting out the pit.
Get familiar with the headlines, the sports, and all the weather. And you read on the financial page, you've never had it better.
Hey, tonight's weather forecast.
What is it?
Dark. Continue dark throughout the night, changing to widely scattered light in the morning.
At the newsstand, your morning newsstand in your town, USA. In the good old U.S. President Washington says that unemployment is not working. Not working? Not working. Your town, USA.
Larry, I have few words, but the one that I have is wow. I love that video. That's just going to be I'm just going to watch that 3 times a day now. That's just my life now.
I haven't seen that for a long while, by the way, but I remember it.
We'll make sure to get that whole set to you so you can have that if you don't already.
Yep.
So,
of course. Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I mean, I noticed you've got the bandwagon on there, a lot of sets, but I just want to let you know that there have been a couple of other quartets that I've been in that have been wonderful to be in and be a part of.
Yeah,
My
tell us about those.
Quartet it was in Amarillo, Texas, and we were called the Squadronaires, and it was an excellent quartet, all Air Force guys. And then when I came to Cincinnati, by the way, I didn't get a lot of quartetting in, although I was in Lancaster Red Rose chapter when I went to college at Millersville State Teachers College. But I didn't have a lot of time for doing a lot of quartetting at that time. And I got to Cincinnati after I graduated. And the first quartet I had there was the Fancy Dans, and that was neat. And then the Cincinnati Songfellows, and of course the Bandwagon. And I had a group called the Charlatans. And I remember asking Don Gray, we were together, and asking him what kind of a name could we have for our group. And I won't tell you, but I think he said Fire. That would get us out of there. But anyway, then there was a quartet I was in with a number of different quartet members called the Honest Simple Parts that Don Gray put together for us. It was wonderful. Sure. East Side, West Side, we were together for, 8 years. It was a great quartet. And we could get back together easily, and it's not like we had been working,
Yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, the senior district champs, the Cincinnati Pops. Mm-hmm. There was a group I was with for a short while called the Queen City Four. Remember Don Decker was the lead singer. Blue Chip City with Gene Ports was the baritone, I remember, in that quartet. Relatively short time. And the last thing I got an opportunity to do and to be with was probably, I mean, something you look forward to, and that was with the Roaring Twenties. And it's mostly a practice session base, but we did do some performances.
Good.
So I really thank the Roaring Twenties for allowing me to do that.
Yeah, and that again, it's just such a rap sheet. That's a history that you've had, man. I don't have that. Good Lord. I think my entire quartet list is what, 3 quartets? Of course, I've been in the same quartet for about 10 years, so.
You've done a lot in the time that you've been living, I'll tell you.
Well,
Barbershop.
I can only hope that when I hit 48 like you, that I could have as much of an accomplished life as you've had so far.
I mean, your mother cooks good, so that'll help.
So does Dad. He's a chef. So.
Oh, okay. There you go.
All right. Well, Larry, my man, thank you so much for being on the show this week. This was, if nothing else, very heartwarming and soul fulfilling for me. I got to ask you one favor though. Can you just give the stream a sign off for me?
Are you kidding? Sure, I can. Of course. What do you think? I'm awfully glad I met you. Oh, toodaloo, so long, goodbye. I hope we meet again sometime. Toodaloo, so long, goodbye. Well, I enjoyed your company and your hospitality. And if you don't miss this, I'll ask you for a kiss. I think I messed that one up. But it's great to be on the show.
Thank you so much, Larry. It was a fantastic time. For everybody else out there watching, my name is Zac Coleman, and on behalf of the Southern Gateway Chorus, have a nice week.
Yeah.
May the road run.